Let's look at some more input devices of the computer. So there are thousands of input devices for specific applications on a computer. Here on the slide, for example, we see the Microsoft Kinect input device. It's a device that can detect movement and it can be connected to a personal computer. And we will see some more of these input devices in this unit that we think is worth mentioning. So biometrics input devices, for example. Biometrics is a technology that measures and analyzes human physical or behavioral characteristics, and this is used for authentication, identification or screening purposes. So there's lots of biometric devices that we can connect to our computer to get human recognition patterns. The most common are, for example, fingerprint readers, but you can also think of reading the iris, facial reading, or hand pattern recognizers. So, combined with data stored in local memory or in a database, these systems can be used to verify the identity of a person. And we can use this, for example, in sophisticated applications like detecting frauds or fighting a counterfeit of stolen identities and credit cards, etc. Another input device, different input device you can see, for example, at an ATM machine, an automatic teller machine where you can get out money from your bank account. These machines are controlled by a computer. So they contain input and output special devices like, for example, a card reader, a PIN pad that you can use as used to accept and encrypt the cardholder's PIN code. There are security sensors and there's an anti-vandalic touch screen. And there's a cash distributor amongst others. So these are all input and output devices to let the user use an ATM machine to get money out of his bank account, for example. And most ATM machines just use a computer with Windows or a Linux operating system running it. So there's also a lot of other input devices that are specifically designed for users with physical impairments. Like you can think of, for example, Braille keyboards for people that are blind or have other visual impaired people. You have trackballs that can be used with one finger, for example, and there's also keyboards for people that have limited arm or hand mobility. There is mouth control input devices for people that have very severe mobility impairments, and they can use they can issue data and commands with chin movements, for example, or by blowing or sucking into some mouthpiece to control the computer. And there's also voice recognition interfaces. So this is just some input devices that you can also have to input information in your computer that are a little bit off than the normal keyboard and mouse that we all know.